The 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. The world's 10 most dangerous occupations can earn you $3 million in just 5 days. However, on average, one person dies every 7 days. The most dangerous job has a staggering 99% mortality rate. In this world, many people choose to risk their lives for survival or high compensation. In this edition of Guidepedia, we'll explore those professions that exist on the edge of death. Click subscribe and let's begin our journey. Communication tower workers. Communication tower workers climb up to 150 feet high towers every day. Their only equipment? A single rope. Would any of our viewers dare to take on such a challenge? Tower technicians are ranked among the world's most dangerous occupations. Their daily routine involves climbing structures equivalent to a 20-story building or even higher to install, maintain, and replace communication equipment. For instance, when a faulty connector causes dropped calls, these workers must scale towers hundreds of feet tall. Sometimes they even hang from steel cables, sliding through thin air from one tower to another, all to replace a single feed line connector. The footage is enough to make your heart race. This job becomes even more perilous in harsh weather conditions. In temperatures dropping to 4 degrees below zero, communication tower workers continue their tasks atop steel structures with snow-covered heads. When fog or rain strikes, they must repair equipment without even being able to see the ground below. For these technicians, climbing a standard communication tower is relatively straightforward. The real challenges arise when facing enormous water towers or pipe towers without climbing ladders. People with a fear of heights certainly can't handle this profession. They'd likely pass out hundreds of feet in the air before even starting their work. According to news reports, tower climbing is America's deadliest job. Many fatalities occur during tower installation, modification, or dismantling. News of communication towers collapsing and claiming workers' lives appears with disturbing frequency. Yet despite battling danger daily, tower technicians earn only $2,000 to $3,000 monthly. Next time your phone calls go through without issues, remember there's a group of people working at dizzying heights making it possible. Alaskan crab fishermen. There's a job in Alaska where you only work 5 days a year, yet can earn a staggering $100,000. Despite such high compensation, they're constantly short-staffed because it's one of the most dangerous professions in the world. Alaskan crab fishing has a death rate 50 times higher than ordinary jobs. On average, one person loses their life every 7 days. The Alaskan king crab, which only lives in the deep waters off Alaska's coast, is beloved by seafood enthusiasts for its delicious taste. However, these crabs only rise from the deep sea to the surface for a very brief period each year. Countless crab fishermen have paid with their lives for this delicacy. To harvest as many crabs as possible in a short time, fishermen typically work 21 hours a day, sometimes without any rest at all. Extreme fatigue, combined with frigid climate conditions, gradually dulls the fishermen's reactions. One moment of inattention can send them overboard. The Bering Sea is covered with ice and massive waves, with temperatures dropping to 14 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, sometimes even reaching 60 to 70 below. In water this cold, even the best sailors cannot survive more than 10 minutes. A single wave can swallow a crab fisherman whole. The crab pots themselves are another dangerous factor. These contraptions stand as tall as a 2-story building. The relationship between fishermen and crab pots resembles that of children with enormous climbing toys. One small operational error, and these 600-pound crab pots can crush fishermen, taking their lives instantly. While fishing for crabs, these workers cannot rest. They must grab shovels and picks to quickly de-ice their vessels. The freezing seawater, combined with extremely low temperatures, can coat the ship with thick layers of ice overnight. One mistake, and the entire vessel could be swallowed by the ocean. It's fair to say that for crab fishermen, the entire process of catching king crabs is fraught with danger at every turn. Lighthouse keepers. Imagine a job where your daily routine involves sipping tea, reading newspapers, and even fishing when the sea is calm. A job that pays you $40,000 annually. Would you be willing to become a lighthouse keeper off the coast of France? La Jument Lighthouse stands 270 feet tall, positioned at the westernmost shipping route of Brittany, France. Legend has it that before the lighthouse was built, more than 30 ships sank to the bottom of the sea within just 6 years, resulting in over 250 casualties. To reduce the risks of navigation, people spent a full 8 years constructing La Jument Lighthouse in harsh weather conditions. This structure is also known as the world's most dangerous lighthouse. The beacon at the top of La Jument rotates continuously, 24 hours a day. The lighthouse keeper's job is to maintain the oil lamp and ensure it functions properly. Out at sea, with scarce resources, no internet, and no social interaction, the lighthouse keeper's job may seem easy, but they must endure solitude alone while repeating the same tasks day after day. This mental torment is enough to break a person. However, this psychological challenge isn't the only reason La Jument lighthouse keepers are considered to have one of the most dangerous jobs. Look at this world-famous photograph that captured a keeper's perilous moment. In the image, the lighthouse keeper heard a noise and went downstairs to investigate. At that moment, a massive wave several dozen feet high was building up to strike the lighthouse from behind, powerful enough to claim the keeper's life in an instant. Fortunately, years of battling the ocean had honed the keeper's sense of danger. He reacted quickly, rushing back inside, just in time to save his life. Sand harvesters, the muscular men of Africa's 5-mile river. These men don't need gyms. Instead, they develop sculpture-like muscles through what might be the world's most dangerous job. The sand harvesters who regularly dive 20 feet deep into the riverbed of the 5-mile river are predominantly from Cameroon. Each time they harvest sand, they risk their lives, enduring tremendous water pressure while collecting buckets of sand one after another. During each shift, they must dive more than 100 times. All this effort is merely to collect wet sand from the riverbed to sell to local construction sites. Tragically, these workers aren't formally employed. They can only sell their sand at extremely low prices to construction companies that refuse to provide them with proper diving equipment. Their only tools are a pair of coarse cloth gloves. Many workers dare to jump into the water wearing nothing but swimming trunks while carrying iron buckets weighing over 6 pounds. Would you believe that some of these men don't even know how to swim? The primitive equipment and dangerous river conditions have caused countless sand harvesters to drown. Even strong swimmers aren't guaranteed to emerge unscathed. They frequently misjudge the position of their boats and hit their heads. For these sand harvesters, bleeding from the ears and nose due to excessive water pressure at the riverbed is simply an everyday occurrence. And the job we're about to introduce next is even more dangerous. Construction workers. This footage captures a high-altitude fall accident at a construction site in Canada. Watch carefully as a worker hangs from a crane's lifting platform. He desperately grips the rope dangling above his head while uncontrollably descending, frantically swinging his legs and shouting for help. Fortunately, this worker eventually landed safely on the work platform. However, the number of construction workers who die from falls from height is far from small. The rate of safety incidents in the construction industry remains persistently high. Statistics show that falls from height consistently account for 50% of all safety accidents. Collapses, falling objects, electric shocks, and mechanical injuries make up most of the remainder. Constructing a building involves more processes than you can imagine. Working at heights, underground operations, electrical work, demolition, and lifting operations. Each phase is complex and contains different hazards. Various factors at construction sites, even the weather, can create dangers during the building process. Every day on a job, construction workers are essentially dancing on knife's edge. One small mistake can result in a fatal impact. Firefighters. There exists a group of people who never know if they'll return safely from their next mission. Yes, we're talking about firefighters. In every country around the world, firefighters form a crucial line of defense in protecting the nation and its citizens. Beyond responding immediately to fire alarms, they shoulder responsibility for various rescue operations, including hazardous chemical spills, transportation safety incidents, road traffic accidents, building collapses, plane crashes, and more. Apart from these clearly dangerous assignments, firefighters' lives are often claimed by unexpected hazards resulting from disaster chain reactions. For instance, collapsing buildings can crush or injure firefighters during rescue operations. These collapses might also rupture gas pipelines, triggering fires that could potentially set off a series of reactions, including oil tank and chemical facility explosions. Always rushing to the front lines of hazardous missions, firefighters face dangers that are not only diverse and complex, but completely unpredictable. This reality has earned firefighting its reputation as one of the world's most dangerous professions, one truly deserving of our respect. And what comes next will absolutely drop your jaw. Engineering divers. This is one of those professions even insurance companies refuse to cover. Come back alive and earn $7,000. Don't return and your family receives $700,000. Such is the job of engineering divers, also known as underground water ghosts, a profession that involves wrestling with death itself. During construction projects, drilling and pile driving frequently encounter complications. When geological conditions become complex, drill bits may fall off or get stuck. That's when divers are called to descend, attach steel cables to the drill bits, and enable retrieval. Once these divers plunge into waters dozens of feet deep, visibility becomes completely obstructed. Underwater operations rely entirely on touch. Engineering divers cannot carry oxygen tanks. Instead, they must wear enormous diving helmets connected to surface oxygen pipes for breathing. Yet the risks of oxygen deprivation, losing consciousness, experiencing hallucinations, and developing occupational diseases aren't even the most dangerous aspects. The completely unfamiliar underground environment often contains sharp steel bars. If a diving suit gets accidentally torn, it takes only seconds for muddy water to fill the suit completely. The diver might never be able to open their eyes again. Despite the generous compensation, every operation undertaken by engineering divers requires tremendous courage and composure when facing danger. Crocodile trainers. Earning just $5 a day while making a living from the terrifying jaws of crocodiles. Would anyone dare to take on the life-threatening profession of a crocodile trainer? At Thailand's famous Saffron Elephant Ground, where crocodile performers showcase their skills, you'll find a special type of staff member. These individuals ride on crocodiles and bravely insert their hands, even their heads, into the wide-open mouths of these predators, to ensure spectators from all angles can clearly witness these scenes. The trainers maintain composed smiles and wave to the audience despite the extreme danger. Even though these crocodiles have been trained to perform, their carnivorous and ferocious nature is difficult to change. If a crocodile becomes angry, trainers risk losing their lives. They may even face attacks when feeding is delayed while the crocodiles are hungry. Thailand reports numerous such incidents annually. Yet the shows continue due to the large number of tourists. These highly dangerous performances take place almost daily in tourist areas. While spectators watch with their hearts racing, the trainers earn merely $5 for their death-defying acts. Venom extractors. At the mere mention of snakes, many people start backing away. Now imagine extracting venom from the mouths of 1,000 venomous snakes. To save those bitten by poisonous snakes, researchers must extract snake venom for study, giving birth to the profession of venom extractors. This job requires extraordinary courage, as the risk of being attacked by venomous snakes permeates the entire extraction process. Just 1/6 of an ounce of snake venom can directly claim a human life. Venom extractors don't just handle one snake. They deal with 1,000 venomous snakes weekly. This thrilling work process is absolutely spine-chilling. Behind these enormous risks lies tempting financial reward. Snake venom commands prices higher than gold on international markets, and venom extractors earn correspondingly high compensation. But how many people would dare to perform this job that involves daily face-to-face encounters with death? War correspondents, the profession closest to gunfire. Besides soldiers, journalists also bear the high risks of being captured or killed. Many reporters are stationed in war-torn regions. The footage shows an international media cameraman filming with shaky hands after witnessing a missile fly over the roof of his vehicle before exploding. Despite having experienced similar scenes numerous times, he cannot control his fear. After all, war correspondents frequently die from stray bullets. If they're unlucky enough to encounter soldiers in a killing frenzy, these combatants won't care whether you're a war correspondent or a doctor. They'll simply spray bullets at any human they see. Beyond being accidentally killed in crossfire, war correspondents themselves may become hostages. According to the Committee to Protect Journalists, more than 1,000 journalists have sacrificed their lives in wars since 1992. Even after safely leaving conflict zones, journalists may face various unexpected consequences due to their... Moreover, working in environments where death is a daily presence can cause severe psychological trauma. These unique circumstances make war correspondents one of history's most dangerous professions. After watching this video, what are your thoughts? Friends? Feel free to leave comments and interact in the comments section. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like Guidepedia. We'll bring you more fascinating content in our next episode.